Welcome to Your ADHD Life, the Lost PlayDHD interviews. On today's show, you get to listen to my interview with Jeff Copper on my 1-year anniversary of meeting him. This was recorded at the 2013 ACO conference. We talked about everything from coaching to play to our experience working together. Enjoy the show. Jeff Copper, I get to interview you.
Kirsten Milliken.
I get to interview you.
The legend.
Do you know how we started off, though?
How we started off?
First time you and I were together?
It was ACO 2012 in a room down there.
After I told you that I thought I should be your co-host.
That's right. Well, that's how that's.
That's how it all started.
Hey! What's this thing? I want to be a co-host. Nobody had ever asked me to be a co-host before. But the thing about it is, I needed a co-host. So you have to ask sometime, right? Yeah. And voila.
There you go. And voila, asking you to oversee for better or worse, right?
Yeah. What was really fun about that was we talked about it, and the experiment was the show going from wow to bored to gone. Yeah. And so we did that show and kind of came in. We were kind of working our way through it to figure out, how this was going to work and da-da-da. And what was funny to me was we know we're going to get a divorce at some point in time. And it was like, it wasn't like prenuptial, but it was just like, okay, so we know it's going to happen. So it's like, it takes away anything that happens. So it's just a different, so you go through the courtship, there's going to be a separation. Sometimes it's going to happen, you go away, and it's interesting. It takes the edge off a little bit.
It does. You said to me one time that was when you knew that it would all work out when I said,
right.
Okay, absolutely.
That's
I'm
right.
with that.
Yep. Because I was always worried because I don't want somebody to feel short-sighted or long-sighted or whatever. And when you said, all right, that'll work, then I said, okay, we're good to go.
There you go.
Yep.
That was before you even agreed to be my mentor coach.
Oh, yes. That came along the way.
It did. That was phenomenal.
Don't hit me.
Oh, please. You were awesome as a mentor.
No, but you were funny. Figure some may have another. I'm going to crank it up on you. Oh, sure.
Holding on.
Come on, self-control.
You kept on apologizing to me. Okay, I'm not going to be easy on you. I was like, okay.
Yeah, well, see, the thing about it is when you're working with somebody, you're supposed to meet them, but you had that air to you that you didn't want it. So, you always have to ask.
Why do I want to be where I am right now? I want you to make me go further. Right?
Yeah.
And so you got to be uncomfortable sometimes to go further.
You got to squirm.
But that was playful to me. I mean, we had some pretty freaking intense conversations that made my head like...
Yeah, that was playful?
It was.
My head's about ready to explode. This is great.
It gave me something to think about. It was like, all of a sudden oh, look it. That's just not green. That's amazing green. That was, yeah.
So what was the time that you thought your head was going to explode the most?
I don't know if there's a...
When did you want to reach the phone and punch my face?
I know when the first time was. It was when you kept telling me I had to work with that one client that I just kept saying to you,
oh, no.
I've been punched in my face enough by this client. I've had enough of her passive-aggressive, And you kept saying, but you're going to learn something from it. Hang in there. And I was
Did you?
Well, I learned something from you because I kept working with her. But yeah, it's ironic because right now I got handed off another one of those clients by somebody who was doing me a favor because they thought I needed hours. And I'm trying to work with her a little bit, even though she's not the client that I'm going to stay with for very long.
It's funny, if you get curious, you can learn something from all of it. You just have to go in with that, right? I wonder what this is all about.
Well, so I still have that up on my wall, though. I'm curious. With Amelia Earhart.
Yep. That was my fact. I never had Amelia Earhart curious up there, but for me, coaching turned when I said, "Listen, you got to walk in and just be curious."
Yeah. Yep. Oh, so wait, then. So when did it get fun for you working with me? Either as a coach or
no. Okay. So let's talk about mentor coaching. It got fun for me the first time and the second time that you. Kind of let go and weren't driving the coaching call, and you got an outcome that was completely, totally unexpected that just felt right. And You get when you're in the experience, you get the willies. Because I remember the first couple times that happens, but I was able to relive it kind of through you, and the giddiness of I get it, and not only the get it, the I get it, I got there, the success of it, but I get it. The more pressure I put on myself, I'm doing the wrong thing. Yeah. If it's not fun, then it's bad coaching.
Yeah.
And so that was a blast for me. And then on the radio show, there was I can't tell you the one, but my favorites were there would be. Because we get on, I talk to the show guests and stuff a little bit, and then we kind of turn. And then narratively, there was a couple times I can't remember, but you would blurt something in because we can't see each other, so it's kind of hard to tell. And you do it, and you come in with some like really brilliant question that I hadn't thought about because you came from a different perspective, and it would take the conversations in some different areas. And then
the one on whether ADHD was a gift or not.
Yes,
that was the one where you were like, I gotta go think about that.
That was. You asked me the question: is if you could. We could take away the dyslexic learning disability you have, but you had to take away anything that was associated, might have gone with it. Would you trade it? And in the context of is my disability a gift or a gift or a curse? It was interesting because I said, let's go to commercial break. I got to get my act together on that one.
There were a couple of them during that.
Yes, yes. And those are always fun, particularly even like one time I never forget I was interviewing Ari Tuckman about, can you not pay attention? Can your mind not pay attention? And he's like, well, he was talking about that. I said, well, even when you're sleeping, you're dreaming, right? And you could ding and when you're talking to them and you get them thinking. Those are some great times.
Yeah.
And so we had those, and then some of the other fun, memorable moments. Actually, I do remember this. I think it was our first interview with Stacy Turris. And we were having some technology problems. Stacy was getting lopped off on blah, blah, and you were there, so you were able to keep talking where I was trying to get her back on the phone, whereas in the past, that would happen, it would wreck the show because I can't talk and do it at the same time. And I remember that one stood up. That was
fun. We had a lot of technology issues at the beginning. That was kind of funny.
We still have them from time to time.
But not like those first few shows. Oh my God, that was so funny.
But something that bad, I had one show a long time ago where I completely lost and whatever, and I just deleted it from the archives, and it was a pre-recorded show, but that was probably the worst technology problem I'd had. Other than a couple times we had lost you and I couldn't get you back on.
There was a couple of those, and I was listening to the show and texting you a couple messages because I had some comments to make.
Those were always fun when you're there. And then there was one time in particular, I remember you were on, and there was people in the chat room. And you were texting me, and I was trying to listen to the conversation. I don't remember the interview. I just remember that I woke up all of a sudden and started talking, which was completely off conversation. Like, hello, wake up. And so it is kind of hard to do the interviews and stay engaged in the conversation and deal with all that other stuff that's kind of going on. So, but those are good times. It was fun.
And then I have to say, it got really interesting for me when I started focusing more on play, because you were like, let's talk about it more. Kirsten, don't you want to talk about that today? And I was like, no, not today. Not today. I got bigger things to deal with.
Well, that goes back to like when you were getting the ahas. It's like when you're coaching somebody in an area that you have no idea what's kind of going on, but you get kind of curious. And what was kind of cool was you wanted to be play. You wanted play, but you didn't quite know what it looked like and what it meant. And we started doing stuff, and I could see there were some insights, but there was some processing, and I was really anxious to see how it manifested because it's like it goes in, and I was looking to see what came out the other side, and that was fun. And then when you come back to it and it started gelling, that's another example. I was really curious. We're going to get an outcome on this, and it's nothing I would have ever dreamed of. And that's the beauty of coaching, really, is it's just cool shit comes up.
Yeah. Well, and I think in our conversations, you worked with me because I had to deal with my family, and how can we bring play into that? That made for an interesting Christmas day. I have to go get some more elves, right? Because we burned out the ones that we already had. And a couple of other interactions that kind of changed direction because of that. So that was helpful, and just thinking about it as being a mindset as opposed to an activity. And
So you say mindset. Do you learn anything from, like, it is about mindset. It is about.
Well, you said to me yesterday, how are you marketing to these people? Because you're talking about people who are potentially workaholics. And what I said to you was, we're not talking about leisure time here. we're talking about having that mindset of play.
Which is kind of funny. You wanted to talk about this, and when I asked you that question, I was really like, what's the mindset? How am I paying attention to it? And I didn't necessarily see it, which is funny because I was thinking the other day is that, an example of me playing is when I originally started my business. DIG coaching stands for Damn I'm Good.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Come on.
I didn't know that story.
No, as a matter of fact, it stands for Damn I'm Good, and so the first time I'm coaching somebody and they have a success, the idea is most those with ADHD, they don't celebrate.
Right.
So how are you going to celebrate? You let them kind of pick it, but you say, tonight when you go home, I want you to go into the bathroom, I want you to close the door, I want you to take your left hand, put it over your left shoulder, and look at yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I'm good. And it's fun because some people got the dig.
Is that anywhere on your site?
It's not, because you find out about it at your first success. And they go, oh! But the fun part is when I was putting it together, in order to be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I'm good, you got to get it done, which is dig backwards.
Oh.
Slip that one in on you. It was like a Mickey.
So
it's
great.
Damn, I'm good, and backwards is get it done.
Get it done.
So
I had no idea. I learned something new about you today.
I'm just...
Who knew you were so playful when you were starting this business? Because I kept thinking dig, like we're digging, that's what it's going to be.
There's the excavating outcomes side of it. But
right.
That's just to get you off track a little bit.
What you're paying attention to.
That's right.
There you go. Well, thanks for coming and playing with me.
Hey, I love it. It's.
We got to do more.
I got to tell you something. This reminds me of a flashback.
Yeah.
I'm living in New York City, and
there are drugs involved or no?
No, there's no drugs involved.
Okay.
I'm living in New York City, and I remember going to Greenwich Village. I used to love going down there, particularly. There was a place on the corner of Thompson and Bleecker that played folk rock music. Anyway, long and short of it, there was a place next to it with margaritas, and I remember going down there all the time and walking in and seeing this guy, like a banker suit, all kind of buttoned up, and then this guy next to him with a mohawk, rainbow colors that was about 2 feet tall, and they were just sitting there talking to each other like they were just doing a business deal, and I thought, wow, I'd never seen that before. And now I'm living it.
Hey, we don't have that in common.
I got my suit here, and I got the.
And you got the rainbow.
I'm still trying to distinguish the hair from the
feather.
It's very.
Tonight I'll have a different feather, and you'll be able to distinguish it much easier.
There you go. Well, it takes me back to those good times in New York, and it's good.
There you go.
It's good to be a part of it. So.
There you go. Well, I'm glad to be a part of what you're doing. So, yay.
It's fun. All right.
Thanks.
If you've enjoyed the show, please like us on Facebook at facebook.com/YourADHDLife. This is Dr. Kirsten Milliken. Until next time, have fun and find ways to play.